Here's the big question: can too much water be dangerous? We're always told to drink more water. For our health, our skin, our energy levels, it's the simplest piece of wellness advice in the world. But what if that advice, taken to an extreme, could be fatal? In 2007, a woman entered a contest to win a video game console for her kids. The challenge? Drink as much water as possible. Hours later, she was dead. This is the shocking science of how the healthiest habit can turn deadly. What happens when the very substance that gives us life becomes a poison? What you're about to hear might make you rethink everything you know about hydration. The story of Jennifer Strange is both tragic and a startling cautionary tale. In January 2007, the 28-year-old mother of three joined a radio station contest called Hold Your Wee for a Wee. The premise was as simple as it was foolish. Contestants had to drink bottle after bottle of water without going to the bathroom. The last person standing would win the coveted gaming console for their family. As the hours dragged on, Jennifer drank an estimated 1.5 to 2 gallons. On air, she complained about a splitting headache and said her stomach was in knots. The hosts laughed it off. Callers, one of them a nurse, even tried to warn the station about the serious dangers, but their calls were dismissed. Jennifer came in second, going home with only a pair of concert tickets. She told her colleagues she was in terrible pain and then drove home. A few hours later, her mother found her dead. The official cause of death was acute water intoxication. How on earth could this happen? How can something as pure and essential as water kill a healthy young woman? The answer lies in a very delicate balance within our bodies, a balance that, when shattered, leads to total system failure. We live in a culture that has become obsessed with hydration. We carry water bottles everywhere. We track our sips on apps. And we all know the age-old advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day. It's more of an oversimplified guideline that has been repeated so often we've either accepted it as fact. But it completely ignores the huge differences between individuals. The constant push to drink more, fueled by wellness trends and bottled water marketing, has created this idea that being overhydrated is a sign of peak health. In reality, it can be a path to a lethal medical condition. The danger isn't in drinking water. It's in drinking far more than your body can possibly handle in a short amount of time. So, what exactly happened inside Jennifer Strange's body? And what happens to anyone who drinks way too much water, way too fast? The medical term for it is hyponatremia, which literally means low sodium in the blood. Think of your body as a perfectly seasoned soup. It needs a precise balance of water and other ingredients, especially electrolytes like sodium. Sodium isn't the bad guy it's often made out to be. It's a critical mineral that helps manage blood pressure, nerve function, and muscle control. Most importantly, it controls the fluid balance both inside and outside of our cells. Normally, your body is a master at keeping this balance. Your kidneys are brilliant filters, and they are great at processing and getting rid of excess water to keep your blood sodium levels in a tight, healthy range, usually between 135 and 145 milliequivalents per liter. But even your kidneys have their limits. A healthy adult kidney can typically filter and excrete somewhere between 0.7 and 1 liter of water per hour. When you chug massive amounts of water in a very short time, like Jennifer did, you completely overwhelm that system. You're pouring water into your bloodstream faster than your kidneys can get it out. As a result, the soup of your body gets diluted. The concentration of sodium in your blood plummets. When hyponatremia sets in and your sodium level drops below 135, a dangerous process called osmosis starts to wreak havoc. Because the fluid outside your cells is now so watery and low in sodium, water rushes into your cells, which have a higher concentration of electrolytes. It's a natural physical process trying to find balance. The result? Your cells start to swell up like water balloons. This happens all over your body, but it's most dangerous in your brain. Your brain is trapped inside the rigid, unyielding box of your skull. It has no room to expand. As brain cells swell, the pressure inside your skull, the intracranial pressure, skyrockets. This is called cerebral edema, and it's the direct cause of the terrifying symptoms of water intoxication. At first, the signs can be vague and easy to brush off. You might feel nauseous, bloated, have muscle cramps, and a nagging headache. This was the pain Jennifer was describing on the radio. It was her brain beginning to swell. As the swelling gets worse, the symptoms become much more neurological and severe. Confusion, disorientation, irritability, and extreme drowsiness are all signs that the brain's functions are becoming dangerously impaired. A person's mental state can change drastically. If they don't stop drinking water and get medical help, the final, life-threatening symptoms appear. The immense pressure on the brain can trigger seizures, lead to a coma, and cause respiratory arrest as the brainstem gets compressed. Ultimately, it can lead to permanent brain damage or death. It's a silent, internal crisis that can go from a simple headache to a fatal event in just a few hours. Now, let's be clear. Dying from drinking too much water is incredibly rare for an average, healthy person. You would have to intentionally drink a massive amount very quickly. However, certain groups are at a much higher risk. The most well-known group is endurance athletes. Marathon runners and triathletes lose a lot of sodium through sweat. If they rehydrate by drinking only plain water, they can accidentally dilute their blood sodium levels, leading to what's called excess-associated hyponatremia. In fact, some studies have shown that up to 13 to 15% of marathon finishers have some degree of this condition. And if your urine is consistently clear like water, it might be a sign you're overdoing it and can ease up a bit. Of course, for athletes in the middle of long, intense workouts, the rules are different. You should have a hydration plan that includes replacing electrolytes, not just water. Drinking sports drinks or having salty snacks can help maintain that crucial sodium balance. As a general guideline, it's not recommended to drink much more than a liter of fluid per hour during intense exercise without also taking in electrolytes. The goal here is not to make you afraid of water, but to respect it. Forget the rigid, one-size-fits-all rules. Pay attention to your own body's signals. Drink when you're thirsty. Replenish your electrolytes when you're sweating a lot, and just remember that while good hydration is vital, overhydration is a real, though rare, danger. In the end, balance, not excess, is the true key to health. We've talked a lot about the dangers of too much water, but for most people, dehydration is a much more common issue. So, I'm curious to hear from you. Do you ever worry you're drinking too much water, or do you struggle to get enough? Let me know your experience in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that makes you think.